It was a scorching summer day in Gallatin, Tennessee, the year 1880. David Lang, a respected farmer, walked across his field. His wife waved from the porch, his children played nearby. Life was simple, normal. Then, Lang vanished, right before their eyes. Gone. Witnesses, including Lang's family and two passing strangers, were stunned. No holes, no dips, no trace of him. One moment he was there, the next, he wasn't. The earth seemed to have swallowed him whole. Panic gripped the small town. Search parties combed the field. Nothing. Days bled into weeks. Still nothing. Theories ran rampant. Wild animals, sudden sinkhole, even alien abduction. But none of it made sense. Lang was gone. The mystery deepened. How could a man vanish in broad daylight with multiple witnesses and leave no trace? It was a question that haunted Gallatin, a chilling reminder that the impossible could happen. Months passed. The Lang family, devastated, tried to rebuild their lives. The whispers and speculation died down. Life, as it always does, went on. Then, almost a year to the day of Lang's disappearance, something extraordinary happened. Lang's daughter was playing in the field where her father was last seen. Suddenly she froze. She heard her father's voice. It was faint, a whisper, a cry for help. It seemed to be coming from the very spot where Lang had vanished. The girl ran for her family. They rushed to the field, hearts pounding. They listened intently. Silence. Nothing but the wind rustling through the grass. They searched, desperate for any sign, any clue. And then they saw it. The grass. Where Lang had disappeared, the grass was a different color, a vibrant, almost unnatural green, starkly contrasting with the rest of the field. Section 5. The Napoleon Connection. Lang's disappearance wasn't the first of its kind. In 1809, Benjamin Bathurst, a British diplomat stationed in Prussia, vanished under equally bizarre circumstances. Bathurst, a shrewd diplomat known for his wit and charm, was on a secret mission. Napoleon's forces were sweeping across Europe, and Bathurst was tasked with forming a crucial alliance. One evening during a stop at a coaching inn, Bathurst stepped out of his carriage. His companion, waiting inside, never saw him again. Section 6. The Diplomat and the Doppelganger. Benjamin Bathurst, a British diplomat, vanished under mysterious circumstances in 1809. His disappearance has puzzled historians and enthusiasts alike for over 2 centuries. The story begins on a cold November evening when Bathurst, traveling under the alias Baron de Kock, stopped at an inn in the small German town of Perleberg. The carriage driver swore he saw Bathurst approach a group of men near the inn. These men were engaged in a heated discussion, their faces partially obscured by the dim light of the lanterns. Bathurst seemed to be in a hurry, his demeanor anxious and his eyes darting around as if he was being followed. He then saw Bathurst climb back into the carriage. The driver noted that Bathurst appeared relieved, as if he had narrowly escaped some unseen danger. The carriage door closed with a definitive thud, and the driver prepared to continue their journey. But when the driver turned around moments later, Bathurst was gone. The carriage was empty. Panic set in as the driver frantically searched the surrounding area, calling out Bathurst's name into the cold, silent night. There was no response, no sign of a struggle, nothing to indicate where Bathurst had gone. Adding to the mystery, a coat resembling Bathurst's was found several miles away. The coat was in remarkably good condition, as if it had been placed there deliberately. This discovery only deepened the enigma, raising questions about how it had ended up so far from where Bathurst was last seen. Even stranger, there were reports of a man matching Bathurst's description seen wandering the streets of another town weeks later. This man was described as disoriented, his clothes tattered and his eyes vacant. He seemed to be searching for something or someone, but he could not articulate what or who it was. This doppelganger claimed amnesia, unable to explain his presence. He had no recollection of his past, his identity, or how he had arrived in the town. The townspeople were both intrigued and wary, unsure whether to help him or keep their distance. Was it Bathurst, suffering from some form of lost memory? We'll never know. The possibility that Bathurst had experienced a traumatic event that caused him to lose his memory was considered, but without concrete evidence, it remained just a theory. The doppelganger disappeared as quickly as he had appeared. One day, he was simply gone, leaving behind more questions than answers. The townspeople were left to wonder if they had ever truly seen Bathurst, or if it had all been a strange illusion. Bathurst was never seen again. His disappearance remains one of history's great unsolved mysteries, a tale of intrigue, confusion, and unanswered questions that continues to captivate the imagination of those who hear it. Section 7. Lost in the Mountains. Fast forward to 1949, James Tedford, a former soldier, boarded a bus in Bennington, Vermont. He was heading home after visiting family. 14 other passengers shared the bus with him. Yet when the bus reached its destination, Tedford was gone. His luggage was still there. The other passengers swore he never got off the bus. Tedford had simply vanished into thin air. Section 8. The Triangle of Tragedy. Tedford's disappearance occurred in what would later be known as the Bennington Triangle, an area in Vermont plagued by a series of strange and unexplained disappearances. This region, shrouded in mystery, has been the subject of numerous investigations and speculations over the years. The dense forests and remote wilderness of the Bennington Triangle have made it a hotspot for eerie tales and unsettling events. Many believe that the area's unique geography and isolation contribute to the strange phenomena reported here. Over the years, hikers, hunters, and even entire families have vanished without a trace within the triangle's borders. These disappearances have baffled authorities and left communities in a state of perpetual unease. The stories of those who went missing are often filled with chilling details and unanswered questions. Some speculate that the disappearances could be the result of natural dangers, while others believe there may be more sinister forces at play. One of the most famous cases involved Paula Weldon, a college student who vanished while on a hike in 1946. Weldon's disappearance drew national attention and led to one of the largest search efforts in Vermont's history. Despite the extensive search, which included hundreds of volunteers and even the use of aircraft, no trace of Weldon was ever found. Her case remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the Bennington Triangle. Despite massive search efforts, no trace of Weldon was ever found. The search for Weldon was exhaustive, involving local authorities, state police, and even the FBI. The lack of evidence and the complete disappearance of any clues left investigators and the public alike in a state of confusion and fear. The case of Paula Weldon is often cited as a prime example of the inexplicable nature of the Bennington Triangle. Her disappearance, along with Tedford's and others, cemented the Bennington Triangle's sinister reputation. The area has since become a focal point for those interested in the paranormal and unexplained. Researchers, historians, and enthusiasts continue to explore the Bennington Triangle, hoping to uncover the truth behind these mysterious vanishings. The legacy of the Bennington Triangle serves as a haunting reminder of the unknown and the unexplained, captivating the imagination of all who hear its stories. Section 9. Portals, Predators, and Possibilities. These disappearances, spanning different centuries and continents, share a chilling commonality, a complete absence of explanation. Theories abound. Some suggest that these individuals stumbled upon hidden portals, gateways to other dimensions or times, accidentally stepping through and vanishing from our reality. Others believe these disappearances are the work of predatory creatures, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Some whisper of portals, rips in the fabric of space-time that swallow unsuspecting victims. These portals, they say, are invisible to the naked eye, only revealing themselves to those who are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Imagine walking through a dense fog, the world around you eerily silent, and suddenly finding yourself in a completely different place, or perhaps a different time. Others point to more earthly explanations, like animal attacks or foul play. Predatory wildlife, such as bears or mountain lions, could be responsible for some of these vanishings, especially in remote areas. Then there are those who believe that human predators, individuals with sinister intentions, are behind these disappearances, leaving no trace of their heinous acts. Could there be a more sinister force at work, plucking people from our world without a trace? Some speculate about the involvement of secret organizations or even extraterrestrial beings conducting experiments or abductions. The idea of a hidden force operating in the shadows adds an extra layer of fear and intrigue to these already mysterious cases. Or are these cases simply unsolved mysteries, tragic events with perfectly rational explanations that we may never uncover? Despite extensive investigations, many of these disappearances remain unsolved, leaving families and communities with more questions than answers. The lack of evidence and the passage of time only deepen the enigma, making it harder to distinguish between fact and fiction. In 2007, Barbara Bolick stepped out of her car on a Montana highway to enjoy the view with her husband. It was a beautiful day, the kind that makes you appreciate the simple pleasures of life. The couple had been traveling, taking in the scenic beauty of the Montana countryside, when they decided to stop and stretch their legs. In a blink, she was gone. One moment, she was standing beside her husband, and the next, she had vanished without a trace. Her husband searched frantically, calling out her name, but there was no response. The vast, empty landscape offered no clues, no signs of a struggle or a trail to follow. No sound, no struggle, just empty air where she once stood. It was as if she had been plucked from existence, leaving behind only the haunting memory of her presence. The authorities were called, and a search was conducted, but no trace of Barbara was ever found. Her disappearance remains one of the many unsolved mysteries that continue to baffle investigators and haunt those left behind. Just like Lang, Bathurst, and countless others, these names are etched into the annals of mystery, each one representing a person who vanished without a trace. Their stories are eerily similar, with sudden disappearances and no evidence left behind. They serve as a stark reminder of how little we truly understand about the world around us. Their stories serve as chilling reminders that some mysteries may never be solved. Candlelit vigils and memorials stand as testaments to the lives lost and the questions that remain. Families and friends hold on to hope, even as the years pass, that one day they might find answers, or at least some semblance of closure. The earth, it seems, holds its secrets close. From dense forests to remote highways, the world is full of places where the unexplained can happen. As we continue to explore and seek understanding, we must also accept that some mysteries may remain forever out of reach, hidden in the shadows of our reality.